Search Hawaii, where food meets culture, is brought to you by Ulu Pono Initiative, investing in a more sustainable Hawaii, and Grand Wailea, a Waldorf Astoria resort on Maui.
Mike Lofaro, and I'm from Block Island, Rhode Island.
Kainoa Horcajo from the island of Maui.
I'm a professional chef.
I'm a student of the culture. Mike and I met at the Grand Wailea working and just hit it off.
I love anything that has to do with the oceans.
Love spending time in the mountains, getting into the ocean, all of it.
Kainoa had this great idea to do some dinners based on the Kaulana Mahina. I thought it was an awesome idea.
We went on adventures up into the mountain, down to the ocean, and really just started connecting with that.
So I do what I do, Kainoa does what he does, and see how that translates to a plate.
Guided by the moon, but with a modern twist.
It's the ultimate way to connect to the food.
It's a coming together of food and culture.
Welcome to Search Hawaii, where food meets culture. We've arrived on Molokai, where around every turn you see and feel the deep connection to mountain and ocean, tradition, food, and culture.
Molokai is like coming home, in a sense. My dad, born and raised here, and we've got a lot of family here. So coming here feels very natural to me.
All right, so where are we heading, Kainoa?
We're in Molokai, man. We got to go Halawa Valley. Uncle Pilipo's out there, far east side, and his ohana's a caretaker in the valley. When Mike and I go searching, we try to base everything around the Kaulana Mahina, or the Hawaiian moon calendars, or the calendars. And that is the system that looks at the movement of the earth, the moon, the stars, everything, all of the patterns around us.
So where are we at with the moon calendar right now?
Yeah, so right now we're in La'aupau, is the moon phase, which is about 5 days after full moon. La'au days are for planting of certain crops. There's a lot of energy in plant life at that time, and so that's where a lot of our focus is.
Could have us weeding his garden for
That's
the next
right.
3 days, bro.
Yes, that's right, bro. Always put in yard work. You can imagine 2,000 years ago when early Polynesians came here to become Hawaiian and they saw a place like Halawa. That's where they want to live, and it's documented. 1,200 lo'ikalo, taro patches in that valley, over 5,000 people living there in pre-contact times, and those 5,000 people and 1,200 lo'i fed many, many more people. Food that was grown in Halawa was sent to Maui, was shipped to Oahu, and the bounty of that land went far beyond its boundaries. So we got the great opportunity to meet up with the Solatorio ohana. Pilipo has been the kahu, the caretaker of that valley for a long time, and we get to be greeted by his son, Greg, who's carrying on the tradition of the family. Liu, liu, vale, kau, kaiko, la, lele. So the first thing we do is olikahea. We call out to do traditional protocol to properly enter their aina, their place, their land. They're carrying on the old ways, and it starts from the very beginning. It starts with doing proper protocol to enter. Hey, so mahalo for taking us out. This place unreal. It's been in your ohana a long time.
Yeah, my ohana been in this place for a long time. This aina been in my ohana for a little over 50 generations.
So Greg's gonna take us to go get pepeiao. Pepeiao in Hawaiian means ear, and these mushrooms that grow on trees, sometimes mostly decaying plant life, looks like pepeiao, looks like an ear. It looks like you get paths all through this place.
Yeah, a lot of the trails we use in this place is the original trails, ancient trails taught to us from our kupunas.
As you begin to walk inside, and Mike and I go following Greg, we begin to see all of the evidence of the traditional terraces, the traditional walking paths that Greg is actually taking us along.
as we move through the forest over here, this is the kind of places that we look for pepeiao, falling, decaying trees that they like to grow on top, of course.
So Greg gets up to this area and he immediately is like, this is where it's gonna go down if we're gonna find some.
Pepeiao grows on fallen trees, so we got to get off the path. We got to go through the bushes. Greg's seen a lot in the valley right now, so we're on the search.
Ah, perfect. I think we got some right here, guys.
All right.
This is what we call pepeiao.
It's like you just don't go out into the jungle or the forest, anywhere you are, just start popping fungus. You know what I mean? It's like you're probably gonna die if you do that.
Who has this idea that they see a dead fallen tree and this weird curly shriveled up thing that looks like an ear, and they think, oh yeah, I should try and eat that?
Almost looks like a light-colored woodier mushroom.
Yeah.
Kind of like you see a lot in like Chinese.
I don't know, Michael, what are you thinking? You said it's like a wood ear?
Yeah, kind of like a woodier mushroom. Probably just like hydrate it. And then just
soak it in water.
Soak it in like a flavorful broth, probably. So you get some of the mushroom flavor out, but then impart some flavor in too. And then just chop kind of a thing. And
as soon as we see that one, we start spotting them all over the place. And so Mike and Greg and I are jumping around over the rocks and grabbing as many as we can.
These look super yummy.
So we get done searching for pepeiao. We got a bag full. We're waiting for it to get dark, and Greg says he's going to take us into the stream, and we're going to go prawning and hopefully find some o'opu. We got the pepeiao. Sun has set, night has settled heavy and dark in the valley, and Uncle Pilipo joins us. Time to go get into the water, headlights, 3 prongs, and go look for prawns and o'opu. So Uncle, you gonna come out prawn with us?
I'm just gonna kind of watch you guys to make sure that it's too small. Don't poke that, poke the big ones.
Okay, Kupuna's in the house, so be on your best behavior. Don't shoot the little prawns.
So the prawns in the stream are Tahitian prawns. They're non-native, they're actually really invasive, taking over the area, and how you look for them is you shine the light in the water and their eyes reflect like eyes in the night. And so you see them and you just get really close to them with the 3 prong and poke them. And if you get them, you get them, but they're fast.
Oh, I get one nice one over here, guys. Hiding right inside a shallow. Got him.
Nice one. The thing is, when you're above water, shooting into water, the water bends things. So where you think the prawn is not actually where the prawn is.
Got him, nice one. Got him. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, ba.
There you go.
You know, as Uncle Pilipo and Greg say, the stream is full of life, and one of the amazing things about Halawa is that there's actually big o'opu in the stream.
Oh, don't move, o'opu, please stay.
Greg spots this o'opu while he's looking for prawns, and the thing is like 14 inches.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. Look.
Oh, bro.
Oh, bro, look at this o'opu.
Home in Iao, our o'opu are like small little guys. Anybody else can have the prawns, you know. I want the o'opu because that is a delicacy that you don't get anymore in Hawaii in most places.
If you can get enough that, you can make lavalu in a tea leaf. Yeah.
Wow, you know what? If we could do o'opu lavalu.
Oh, that would be something.
We're catching prawns, the Tahitian prawns. We're catching o'opu, and you know, Uncle Pilipo, caretaker of the valley, very good about, you know, reminding us about the core message here, which is protecting things for the next generation. And he sees a prawn that I'm not saying it was Mike that hit the baby prawn, but it could have been me.
You know what? I couldn't hit anything. So the little prawn thing, I don't know. I don't know if I shot the little guy.
This kind, if you're thinking of tomorrow and the future, this is the tomorrow and the future. So when you guys go, always look for the ones bigger. Always remember, yeah, but the kupunas they tell you, keia, keiki keia, aholehole ino, malama keia, the future.
So he was good about reminding us that, you know, the keiki animals are for the keiki of the next generation. So we start looking for the big guys, which we want to eat anyway. So. Oh, awesome, bro. Look great, but I think we got to go get some more, huh?
Let's go get some more.
Okay.
All right.
Remember what Uncle said, only the big ones. Molokai is known as aina momona, as bountiful land. And it's in part that way because of the ancestral wisdom and the caretakers that protect these places. And in Halawa Valley, it's Uncle Pilipo. And when you get out to the west side where we're headed now, we're going to meet Uncle Mac Poepoe and the work that he's done protecting and conserving the resources of Mo'omomi. So Uncle Mac takes us out to the Mo'omomi Preserve. Just absolutely gorgeous. And Uncle Mac and his hui of people that are protecting this place have really created a good system of talking about educating people about conservation, about paying attention to the moon calendar, and about the correct use of resources in that area.
I'm not down here creating new things. I'm down here trying to get people back on track. What we used to do down here, yeah, when the old people were still living.
Old ways.
Yeah. And that is pretty much the bottom line. Traditional practice and custom reviving.
There's plenty of examples of overexploitation of resources, whether on land or in the ocean. And I think that is the mission and the purpose of Uncle Mac and all that they do at Mo'omomi is to bring back the old ways and to say that these things that have worked for thousands of years, they still work today, but we gotta follow them.
The whole idea is to create that pono, you know, within the people again, so that we don't have to be monitoring other people.
Right, right.
You know?
People monitor themselves.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this guy knows what the heck he's doing, you know, and it's just awesome because it's an opportunity to learn.
The Mo'omomi area is all about fish, and so Mac, Kanoho, and Kama are gonna go grab us some fish. They're looking around, they know this spot where they think they see some aholehole.
So then all of a sudden, Kanoho and Kama are walking back, and Kanoho's got a net full of fish. Kanoho just like slipped off when we weren't looking and freaking threw net, and boop, came back and was just like, oh yeah, I got fish. Okay, let's get out of here.
They drop it down on the ground, spread it out, and now it's time to, you know, pull the fish out of the net. And, you know, looks like a lot of fish, but then Kanoho begins to tell us how he saw the whole ball of aholehole, and following in the teachings he's learned from Uncle Mac, he takes just a corner of the ball, leaving the majority of the school for the next generation, for the next people, for next time, for next season.
So we got the fish, got them out of the net, and now you gotta do the hard part. You gotta go clean the fish.
Everybody likes to eat fish. A lot of people like to fish. Not many people like to clean fish, but that's the biggest part about it, is you gotta clean the fish. Uncle Mac, what's your favorite way of cooking up these burgers?
Fry.
Fry them.
Yeah.
For somebody that's eaten aholehole his entire life, Mike, you know, I think he's a little nervous about cooking aholehole for Mac.
Now, if you're talking the way I like them is raw.
Oh.
I just eavesdrop on him a little bit, and you know that he loves aholehole lomi. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make aholehole lomi.
So the fish are on ice, and Uncle Mac says he's gonna take us over to his cousin Bobby's. He's got a farm, aina pula pula.
So we make up a bag of fish, aholehole, for Bobby, and we head out. Just had beautiful beautiful green onions, beautiful cilantro, some beautiful wild arugula. But now it's time to get back to the house and start cooking.
So Mike's gave me the lowdown on what he thinks he wants the menu to be. We've grabbed all the ingredients, get back to the house. It's time for Mike to start cooking, and I'm on weaving detail. Gonna make some coconut baskets and bowls and things like that that we can serve everything in.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the lavalu. And lavalu traditionally is a tea leaf packet that is cooked in an open fire. In this case, we're gonna use banana leaf. So first thing we do is we start off with a little ball of Calrose rice that is sitting on some banana leaves that have been soaked in boiling water for about 10 minutes. Next thing is veggies on the rice. Veggies are choy sum and some wild arugula, as well as some cilantro. So next step is we take our aholehole that's been cleaned and we score it, and then we put that on top of our rice with veggies. We're gonna season the aholehole. Next, we're going to top it with more vegetables. So then these are the pepeiao mushrooms from Halawa Valley, and we soak them in a little bit of shoyu and water, and then just chop them up. And then we're going to top the aholehole with the chopped pepeiao. We made a sauce with grated ginger, grated garlic, grated daikon, shoyu, lemon, and water, and we're going to top the whole thing with that. So then lastly, we're just gonna wrap it up in the banana leaf. And it doesn't have to be super secure because we're gonna secure it all with the foil. So then our lavalu is ready to go, and then we're gonna put it on the kind of our little hibachi fast kind imu for about 30 minutes. So next thing we're gonna do is prawns that are cooked in foil packets on the hibachi imu. So first step is we have to make up a chopped up paste of garlic, ginger, lemongrass, chili. We're gonna pile about 10 or 12, maybe a good dozen prawns on our foil packet. We're gonna keep them tight. So next step is we're gonna take our little ginger chopped up paste mixture, and we're just gonna kind of put that all over the prawns. We're gonna take just some unsalted butter, and we're just gonna put it on top of the prawns for it to cook down when it cooks. Then season with salt, cilantro, mint, and basil leaves. Squeeze some lemon juice. Wrap it up, and then we're gonna throw it on the imu. So the first thing we have to do is kind of do like an imu style on the hibachi. So we're gonna heat up charcoal, we're gonna heat up rocks, we're gonna then at that point put the banana stump or the ha on top. Then we're gonna put our prawns in a burlap bag, and then we're just gonna close the lid and kind of use the lid as the tarp, and we're just gonna let it kind of smoke and roast for about 30 minutes.
Guests start coming in, it's time to start greeting them, and this is the fun part for me. This is the hectic part for Mike.
People are here, they're waiting for dinner, so I gotta get cooking. So we're gonna season the opu, a little bit of salt, and then we're gonna dust them in tapioca and mochiko flour, and then we're just gonna fry them. All right, so then we're gonna just season the aholehole with salt and pepper and fry them in a pan. All right, so everything else is done. The last thing I gotta do is I gotta mix up the aholehole lomi with aholehole. So a little bit of red onion, and then we're gonna take the aholehole and we're just gonna kind of chop it up real fast. A little bit dried shrimp. So then just a little bit of pa'akai, salt, just a little bit of mint that we're gonna cut up. So we're just gonna add a little bit of sesame oil. Oops. Kainoa, you wanna taste this?
What I was really excited about was his idea of doing lomi aholehole aholehole. Oh, bro. Wow. We used to do lomi a bunch of stuff. Lomi o'io, lomi nenue, and so we're gonna do a lomi aholehole aholehole. And I'm excited to hear Mike say that. This trip for me has been all about connection. It's this bridging of ancient and modern. It's taking the things that we know work and teaching that to the next generation. And luckily for me and Mike, having a small opportunity for them to share it with us.
This is all inspired by you guys. So.
That's it.
I'm overwhelmed. Can't talk, but it's so good, so delicious, everything.
It's Lavala one, complete package over there.
And the pepeiao. Oh, I haven't had pepeiao for ages. Oh.
Oh, the opu is very delicious. Totally different than how we normally cook them, so beautiful.
What can I say, except it's excellent.
You know, it's like fine dining on Molokai.
I need your recipe.
You can have any recipe you want.
Molokai, the island of abundance, where they're striving to keep that balance by passing on traditions from generation to generation. Thank you for watching Search Hawaii, where food meets culture. And don't forget, you can find Chef Mike Lofaro's recipes online at searchhawaiitv.com.
Search Hawaii, where food meets culture, is brought to you by Pono Initiative, investing in a more sustainable Hawaii, and Grand Wailea, a Waldorf Astoria resort on Maui.